A new documentary about a group of Chinese fishers who rescued hundreds of British prisoners of war during World War II has premiered in Shanghai on Friday. The little-known story took place during the sinking of a Japanese cargo ship in East China Sea. CGTN reporter Wu Bin has the story.
The first movie of the 26th Shanghai International Film Festival premiered on Friday morning at Shanghai Film City. The documentary about the sinking of Lisbon Maru tells a tragic yet heartwarming story from World War II, which took place in the East China Sea. The Lisbon Maru was a Japanese cargo ship converted into an armed troop carrier. In October of 1942, it was carrying over 1,800 British prisoners of war from Hong Kong to Japan. When it passed near East China's Zhoushan, a U.S. submarine struck it with a torpedo. As the boat started to sink, the Japanese troops were evacuated, but they locked the prisoners below deck in 3 separate holds. Over 250 Chinese fishermen from a nearby island in East China's Zhejiang province saved more than 380 British prisoners, despite coming under fire from Japanese soldiers. Denise Wynne's father had never shared the story with his daughter until the director of the film contacted them. Along with other descendants of the British prisoners, she traveled all the way to Shanghai and joined the premiere alongside descendants of the Chinese fishermen.
I just think it's an amazing film, and it should be shared all over the world and hopefully promote peace, because that was just a terrible thing to happen. It should never happen again.
The historian advising the makers of the film, also the author of The Sinking of Lisbon Maru, says one of the biggest challenges was getting the facts right, given most witnesses have passed away.
So if you want a really accurate description of any event, you have to interview quite a lot of people and also find documents from the period, such as letters, diaries, anything that might have been written closer to the time, to enable you to focus on what really happened rather than people's memories.
Director and producer Fan Li is a geophysicist. At first, he says he just wanted to fund the sunken ship. But after learning that few people know about the historical episode, he says he became determined to make the film.
I heard there were only 2 people left who experienced the tragedy. Since I'm connected to the film industry, I instinctively thought the history would be lost if it wasn't rescued. So it was just an instinct. I'd never made a documentary or been a director, but I just thought this history had to be saved.
The documentary took about 8 years to finish, as the production team interviewed more than 110 families of the British prisoners. After the premiere, the film is scheduled for release to the general public later this year. Wu Bin, CGTN, Shanghai.